Only on Christ 17 TV. Back at you with one of them throwback joints. You know what I got on this? It's time to get in the time machine. I'm on my Christ 17 Bill and Ted's Great Adventure shit. So we're going to do it like this. Fresh from New York, at my grandma's house in California, okay? And at this time, I've never met my dad yet, okay? And I didn't know that I had aunties and uncles that had kids throughout this whole town, okay? So I used to go hang out with my boy Stick and my folks Rick, and this used to be on Court Block. And I used to be out there hanging out. There used to be a lot of broads over there chilling, and we used to like drink every day, smoke, and there'd be girls always coming through, and they'd be little, girls in groups, they little packs, they little friends. So there was this one time when, see, it's important to know who your family is. Because if you don't know who your family is, you might find yourself in a real odd situation. But thank God it didn't go down the way it almost went down. So let me put it like this. There was this girl who, her little word was freak. Like, you gonna be my freak. You gonna be my freak her tonight, right? Woody woo woo. So one day, this girl that was saying this, we were all drunk, and she ended up at my house, in my grandmother's house, in my room, just me and her. And she wanted me to be her freak for the night. And I was like, you know what? Let's go. I'm drunk. I was trying to get me a little bit of, you feel what I'm saying? But something wasn't right. Something wasn't in the air that night. So I just came from the Bronx, and I was on some other shit where I'm not kissing you. I don't know you. I don't know where your mouth been. I just be trying to get a little woo wop, and then if I feel like, you know what I'm saying, hitting something, I'ma hit it. But this girl was trying to like make out, and I wasn't the make out and give you a hickey type of motherfucker. I was the type of get my shit on and I'm done. That's how I was brought up back home in the Bronx on 213th Street. We used to have little bras, and we wasn't kissing no bras or getting no hickeys or doing none of that shit. We was like this. Who's next? See you later, shorty. But, so, we in my room, and this girl wants to make out. And I'm not with the make out shit. I'm like, yo, we can just, you know what I'm saying, do what we do. But I'm not the kissing and kissing on your neck and sucking your neck, giving you hickeys. I'm not that guy, okay? I'm more of a, let me get mines, maybe blow your thing out, and on to the next, right? So she just on me like, come on, kiss me, make out. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. So after all this back and forth, she gets mad and she leaves. So nothing happened at all. But I mean, it was a mwah away from going down, okay? It was a Jada mwah away from going down. No lie, it was crazy. I could have, but I didn't. And everything happens for a reason, and thank you so much, please, because I always used to clown people like that. But check out this. Down the road, right? I want to say maybe 4 years down the road, okay? My grandma no longer has her house, and she's living in like a old folks place. It's called the Heritage Place. So I used to go over there all the time. And they always used to say that my dad was no good. They didn't want me to meet my dad, and he never tried to look for me, so he didn't want to see me and I wasn't trying to see him. But at one point in my life, I wanted to know what he looked like. I was just obsessed with just seeing this man and telling him off and you ruined my life. Or not even you ruined my life, but you didn't make my life no easier by not being a dad, showing your face, letting me know that at least that you gave a shit. So one day, as my grandma was in, I want to say she was probably maybe about 90, almost 90, maybe about 88, 90, maybe about 88, 87, 88. So one day I asked her, where did my dad live? And she tells me that my dad lived in the same town. So I said, I want to see him. So what she told me to do was to look him up in the phone book. So she gave me his name, and oh, for you young kids who don't know, there was a thing back in the day, it's called a phone book, where they would have everybody's house phone, which house phone is a phone that you keep inside the house, and it's either on the wall and you pick it up and you dial, or it's on the charger, you pick it up, cordless phone, before cell phones and all that. So I picked up the yellow pages or the white pages, and I looked up his name. So I called this guy up. At first, he didn't know who the fuck I was. He had me confused with another son named Aaron. I got a brother named Aaron I've never met, okay? And I've told this on one of my things when I found him. So he didn't know who I was till finally I told him. So now he's all speechless. So now I told him I want to come and see him and meet him. So after like a day goes by, I give him a call and I walk over all the way to where this guy lives. I walked. It's probably about 40-minute walk from my grandma's little spot. So I made it over there and met him. I was mad, told him some shit, but at the end of the day, I was kind of glad I got that off my chest, that I've been wanting to see his face since I was a little kid. And it was about 20. I was about 20, so it was probably in 98. Yeah, because my son was like just born. So either 98 or 99. He might have been one. Okay, so I walk over there. I meet him. So I met my uncle, one more uncle, and they were hella cool. They had weed. They was giving me some weed, smoking some cool little weed. We hung out. We chilled. So then after a while, I started to meet my aunties, okay? And come to find out, I had a boy cousin that I knew. Actually, I had two of them. I had an older one and a younger one that I knew from the streets out here and didn't even know that was my blood fucking family. Ain't that about a bitch? Two of them. I knew two of these guys, and these guys are my family blood. So I find out this, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, you my cousin? I'm saying, yeah. So we started to talk, we chilled, we started to hang out. And then my uncle Eddie dies, right? And I go to the funeral and I start to meet everybody who I've never seen. And there's ladies, oh, I ain't seen you since you were 2. I got my aunties, my uncles. I guess they haven't seen me since I was a little kid, right? And I got older cousins who don't even know me since I was a little kid, right? So I look over and there's this girl. And it's the same girl that was in my room, and we was, seeing if we was gonna do something, but I wasn't trying to do the kissing and hickeys and that shit, so it never worked out. Well, I'm glad this shit never worked the fuck out. Come to find out, that was my first cousin. So, by me not knowing my father, I almost slept with my female cousin way before that. And the only thing that stopped us from doing something is kissing. And I'm so glad I came from Bronx and I wasn't on that mushy shit, and I was more on my Snoop Dogg shit, on some, I'm not that kind of guy, woo, 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 little, But if I would have kissed that girl, who knows? I might have did something wrong, and who knows? I might have let go, I might have went raw, and I could have not only did something with my cousin, maybe even got her pregnant in the 90s. And because I didn't had no kind of condom, I was definitely gonna hit it raw. I ain't gonna lie. But thank you so much, Lord. But when I seen her at the funeral, I thought she was a friend of the family. When I found out that was my cousin, me and her had the biggest fucking laugh you could ever have. And we talked about that for a few years. Like, that's crazy how close that we came to really doing something. And to this day, I'm like, I'm so glad I met my dad. Cause to find that out, because you never know, down the line we could have hooked up again and maybe really did something, but we didn't do no touching, no kissing, no nothing. She just liked me because I was different. I was from New York. I was digging her, so we was about to go to, well, not was about to, we was in my room, about to do something, and just for me not wanting to kiss her, she got mad and left. So I'm so happy that I'm not a mushy guy, because that could have led into some incest. Motherfuckers would have been clowning me to this day. Oh, you slept with your cousin? Nope, but it was pretty damn close, and it almost freaking happened. So everybody, if you don't know your dad or your mama and you in a small town, watch who you sleep with. Because you might be sleeping with somebody who's related to you, and it'll be like you from Arkansas or motherfucking down there in Alabama, where that's cool. Where they do the incest shit in little ass towns. Where a cousin's fucking a cousin and doing all that crazy shit. But this was this close. I'm talking about away from, shame on you, you did something foul without even knowing. But man, we had a good laugh, and I just wanted to throw a throwback funny story on how I almost got in some shit that I couldn't even took off my name. That would have been some fucked up. It would have been not funny, not not funny like it is that we didn't do it, and then we both found out we were cousins. But boy, that was a close call. And I'm talking about, you gotta know who's who. Because I came so close to almost sleeping with my damn cousin just because I never knew my dad. And they had a big ass family. I got aunties, uncles, and they all had a lot of kids. At least 3 kids, 2 kids, and they was like, it was crazy to me. So with that being said, man, God is good. A little throwback story for your ass, and I just had to throw you a laugh because that was a close call, and that was way back when I was maybe, I want to say 17. So when you that age, you drinking, you sleep with people you don't even mean to, but you end up drinking, she drinking, and next thing you wake up, damn, that almost happened to me, but it was almost a bad story. And I'm glad me and her, to this day, we real cool. That's my cousin. And it was just crazy that almost fucking happened. And I'm glad she got mad that I didn't want to kiss, and she wasn't going for the just take her clothes off type shit, and she wasn't no hood rat. She wanted to she wanted some passion, and I wasn't giving those shit, and she smashed out, and I'm so glad, because that could have turned out so fucking wrong. With that being said, man, this is Christ 17 TV, and I'm giving you a throwback story I ain't told too many motherfuckers to this day. Only a few motherfuckers know, and she's one of them, and my cousins know, and it's just a funny shit that it's funny now. But if I would have kissed, it wouldn't have been funny. I would have thought I was disgusting or sick or just off a mistake. So my lesson is know who you talking to if you in a small town and you got a big family. But see, I really didn't know how big my family was because I never knew my dad. So that almost happened by mistake, but that would have been a huge mistake and could have turned out to be something way, 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 way foul. So with that being said, man, it's Christ 17 TV. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below, share my videos, and like I do about this time every time, it don't cost a dime to subscribe, and I'm going to catch you on the flip side, player. Christ 17 TV. You better know who your family is if you live in a small town, because you can almost be a victim of circumstances like I was, but thank God I'm not a mushy guy, and it didn't turn out that way. Catch you on the flip side, player. Christ 17 TV. It's a good one. Great laugh.